Hello walkers, and welcome to Lexington, Kentucky. I'm going to spin you around here so you can see me. I can do my little introduction. My name is Henry. I will be your proxy walker today, your virtual travel guide, your co-discoverer. I'm going to flip you around again here. Welcome to City Walks channel, where City Walks live. Excuse me. And this channel is, we do virtual tours of cities, virtual treadmill walks. We're going to explore a little bit of downtown Lexington, Kentucky today. It is 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 degrees Celsius, and about 4:30 p.m. in mid-July. We're starting off at Mill and Vine. I emphasize co-discoverer on this channel because quite often, as is the case today, I don't have a lot of local knowledge of the places where I walk. It's a lot of just walking around, finding cool places, finding cool things, little fountains, little statues, little shops, etc. And so that's the case today. I'm down here visiting some family and some friends, and I thought, wow, I would love to do a walk down here, so I'm gonna take you along with me. A little bit about Lexington that I picked up from a Wikipedia article. I think this is the Courthouse over here. I'm not real sure. That big stone building. We'll cross over there and head that direction. Oh yeah, Lexington. So Lexington was named, I think, in 1775 when the local settlers, it was part of Virginia at that time, and local settlers heard about the battle, or the victory, I guess, I don't know if it's really a victory, but the Battle of Lexington and Concord. And so they named their little town Lexington. It's got about 370,000 people, which I would not have guessed from the downtown. Downtown is lovely here. Roxy Theater over here, this big red building. It's small and it's quiet today. It is a Saturday afternoon, which is pretty nice. Oh, the Fifth Third Pavilion. So very relaxed atmosphere. I suspect it's probably one of those cities that's a little more spread out. It is on, how do I say this? University of Kentucky is here. We are in the bluegrass region of the state. A lot of it's called horse country. And it's beautiful meadows and wooden fences and that sort of thing all around. Beautiful grasses and lawns and that sort of thing. We're going to try and end up at the Rupp Arena, which is the arena for the UK basketball team. I think they're the UK, I think that's the Bobcats, right? There's this lovely building. And it's just a beautiful day. 81 degrees. It is humid, but man, it is pleasant out, at least in the shady parts. Haven't made it over to the sun yet. Got some restaurants and cafes, as well as several hotels, as you might expect to be near a major university arena. I'm gonna slow down here and let this lady cross, and then I will cross. I am going to, it's pretty busy, I'm gonna loop down this way because it's got a cool Irish bar down here, looks like, it's called, what is it, The Grove. Nice outdoor seating. Felcha, I think that's how you say that. Sort of welcome in, or cheers in Ireland. McCarthy's Irish Bar, maybe that's what it is. We're gonna head back down here to Vine. It's like interesting, as many cities are that I've noticed recently, a nice little mixture of old and new, which is kind of cool. So they have pay by phone parking app, which is nice, and then you can text and pay by credit card. I spent about 10 minutes trying to make the pay by phone parking app work before I realized it was Saturday and they weren't charging, but I couldn't, it wasn't like prominently displayed in my own defense. We'll mosey up here. Along Vine, we're here at this is the Marriott, if you want to come stay downtown. This all seems pretty walkable. One of the things I liked about Chattanooga was all the outdoor seating in the South Side neighborhood. And I've already seen 2 or 3 different locations where if it wasn't outside seating, the doors were wide open and you could, and so there's air coming through. It's city center. Jeff Ruby Steakhouse. You'll see the jockeys there. This is horse country, a lot of race horses, a lot of hunter jumper type horses, and dressage and that sort of thing. Of course, there's the Real Brewing Public House. That looks like a classic old building. There's also the National or International Horse Center, which is a really interesting and fantastic facility with competition facilities, as well as a lot of information about horses and horse culture and all that stuff. You can take a wagon ride. We were down 5 years ago and took a little wagon ride tour through the facilities, and they had these 2 draft horses that were 19 hands, 19 and a half hands. And a hand is one of those peculiar measurements they use for horses. And it's 4 inches, and it's measured from their withers, which is kind of their shoulder, the little hump on the shoulder. So that is, what is that, 76 inches and 6'4" at their shoulders. These horses were amazing. They're huge, beautiful, and incredibly powerful. It looks like over here we have a transit hub, bus terminal, maybe a church behind. It's interesting that this little area is divided. I kind of wonder if one of us is in a bike lane. I do like a good bike lane. Some good biking infrastructure. Look at the sky. Beautiful summer day. A little breezy, which is nice. So even though I'm in the sun right now, it's warm, but the breeze keeps things cool. Got a couple massive parking garage over here. It goes all the way. Maybe it's 2 parking garages. So plenty of space, plenty of parking. I'm trying to get a way over to that other block, but we'll just keep going. Plenty of metro buses, Lexington. The city is kind of at the nexus of 2 major interstates, 75 and 64, which makes it pretty handy. It's the 2nd largest city in Kentucky, the largest being Louisville, or Louisville, as some would say. So Abraham Lincoln there. Mary Todd Lincoln, his wife, was raised here, and he was across the river in Illinois. Coming up crossing Beck Street. We'll go up to Quality and make a left. Got a YMCA up to the right. There were a couple cool murals that I've seen on the way in. I don't know if we'll pass them or not. I was sort of trying to find the center of town. I think I plugged in Lexington and it took me over to what looked like a university district or a hospital district. I assume Avenue of Champions was had something to do with university. I guess it could be has something to do with horses. There's a little mural over there. I was talking with my aunt who lives nearby today about all the murals, and we were both commenting about how nice they are and what they add to a community. Kentucky Utilities Company. We're gonna make a left on Quality Street. And then we'll make our way back down towards downtown and we'll sort of discover our way. There are some, I think on East Main, there's some neat older establishments, older historic buildings, and then I believe it kind of gets into some, we might be able to get into some residential area. I don't know, I'm gonna play that by ear. I want to thank our Patreon supporters. Usually do that earlier on. You guys, I have a very low level. I don't do a whole lot on that front because it's just, I'd rather focus on making the walks. And so, but it adds up, your support. And what really I appreciate, as I always say, is the encouragement, that's not quite the right word, the inspiration, I guess, that I get from knowing you guys appreciate these and value these videos, these walks. And I don't know, it's really cool. And I thank those of you who have also done one-time contributions through PayPal. You can find links down in the YouTube description on both of those things. So thank you. Got a cool old movie theater marquee up here with the flashing lights. The Kentucky Theater. Looks like they have a Wednesday matinee for kids. This one's Pinocchio, as well as Oppenheimer and Barbie. That'll date this a little bit. But I love that marquee. How cool is that? I've started filming on my phone when the situation allows it. It's a bigger, more obtrusive setup because I'm using a gimbal as well. And I'm really pleased with the quality of the video that it captures, and it's in HDR, which means that it has a little less, it's not that it has less contrast, it has more dynamic range in theory. And that means the brights don't clip and the blacks don't clip quite as much or quite as rapidly. But look at that sky and the buildings. Looks good. coming up on Martin Luther King Boulevard. Huh. That's interesting. The Fairness Ordinance, and it's basically an anti-discrimination law, but you don't normally see a historical marker from 1999, less than 25 years old. There's Barrister Hall over there. And kind of an art center. The looks like the Something Miller Downtown Art Center. Pam Miller. This is Lexington is the county seat of Fayette County, and so we see the Fayette drugstore or cigar store across the way. That big fancy building up there, City Center. This is Park Plaza, it looks like, or it's Park Plaza Apartments. Fayette Circuit Court House there. So maybe, ooh, that's loud. Maybe I got the wrong Courthouse Square. That stone building I mentioned earlier. Looks like they used to have a water feature over here. That would have been a pretty cool thing to have this time of year. Nice little park. Looks like some apartments over the way. I'm gonna roll around here, wait for the light to change. Molly Brooks Irish Bar over there. You can see kind of the mixture of new and old. I'm going for it. Looks like somebody's doing a tour up here. I don't want to poach their tour. We got some folks on their electric.
The creator of Walking Dead comic book and Robert Kirkman, he was born in Lexington, Indiana.
I love these old 19th century buildings. Very cool.
Are you vlogging?
Yeah, just doing a walking tour.
Put me in it.
All right, you're in it. City walks. Nice. I'm always a little worried that people are going to be upset with me, but I've had a couple people already say I want to be in it, which is kind of cool. First National Bank and Trust building. I've got a tour following me now. Look at these light posts over there. See, here's one of these. This is 160 West Main here, but it's all open like that. They've got it open to the air. And I'm trying to talk over the music a little bit. Let's see. Shoot, I'm gonna miss the light. I want to cross over there. You see the light posts that are all bent over? artistically so. At the corner there, it's kind of neat. And I want to go and walk around this courthouse. It's going to take a minute here. Got a little horse motif going on in this box. Sure, this is the Courthouse Square and Visitor Center. Kind of wonder if that tour is one of the sort of a free walking tour. I would love to do that here. I think it's got a lot of cool stories to tell. Berkeley, Cuthly, and Watson at the top of that building. Going up to West Short Street. Oh, this is a little brutal, but it's important to acknowledge this is a whipping post for slaves established in 1847. By 1860, 1 in 4 residents of Lexington were slaves. Oh, man. Some more murals over there. Interesting. I love it when they get creative with that stuff too. This is the Fifth Third Bank Pavilion. It looks like a little market pavilion, like maybe where they have a farmer's market or something similar, but nothing going on today. There's some horse and jockey pub, Bluegrass Tavern, these old buildings here. Very cool. Some great informational posts around, which you sometimes get, but sometimes you don't. Ruby's Market Cafe. There's another outdoor place.
He was excited about you guys visiting.
We're gonna duck down here on North Mill Street. See some of these old buildings. And then I can see a classic historic Jimmy John's down here. You know, some neat old ironwork on these things. And lots of music being pumped out. That's a little problematical. I'm going to go across the way here on West Main. Ooh, it smells like pizza. Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Thoroughbred Center. Mary Todd Lincoln House. It's a pretty cool fountain park down here that we're going to check out, and Rupp Arena. But we're also going to go down a little bit further than that and see what else is down here. I think another couple blocks. Got some interesting buildings, hopefully. Looks like the fountain area up to the arena is called Triangle Park. And this is Broadway. And I think I'm gonna go up Broadway and loop around because it looks kind of cool. Love these old buildings. Early 19th century. I don't know what the style, I don't know what to call that style of building. I feel like there should be a name for it and I just don't know it. Got some rap going on there. That is definitely one of the challenges of filming these videos, is talking over that so that the algorithm doesn't think I'm trying to steal their song. Oh. So I kind of want you to see that Ruby's Market Cafe. I'm going to punch in. There we go. You can see that horse racing motif, and now I'm going to pinch out and we're going to keep on going. We've got the Opera House over here. Here's some more murals. Looks like Frida Kahlo, several of her. Different interpretations. Pretty cool. Cool ironwork, metalwork, steelwork. This is the Lexington Opera House. This cool old church on Church Street, which looks like it's now an antique shop. Ooh, and a Courtyard Deli too. Ooh, looks like a rooftop bar down there. I'm easily intrigued. Fascinating. Guess maybe there's going to be an opera tonight. All the Opera House parking signs are out. It's kind of neat. You know, obviously, I would seriously doubt that they're trying to compete with the great opera houses of the major cities in the world, but still, the fact that they have one is pretty interesting to me. And even if it's not the top tier, maybe it's just local talent, maybe it's just regional talent, I think that's pretty cool that they're taking the time and energy and focus and expense to make that happen for the community. Love these old buildings, man. I don't know if that's woodwork or ironwork or stonework there. It's kind of like wood. It's a tattoo shop now, but I don't know, it's just really cool. Looks like we're gonna get into some residential area here. I'm gonna keep going. And I'm actually, this is what you get when you come to City Walks. We have intentions, great intentions, and lots of distractions. Look at this ivory brick wall. I don't know, seems cool. I have been surprised the last couple cities I've been to how quickly you can get away from the hurly-burly bustle of downtown. I mean, obviously you're gonna hear stuff like that, but you know, you can see downtown right here, the big buildings where we were, and then it's nice and quiet and calm back here, fairly quiet. Very, very rapidly. Look at these old buildings next to that old church. We're gonna make a left on Mill Street. I was worried this walk was gonna be a little too short because I didn't know my way around. But here we are, the old Lexington Public Library, and we got a ways to go. The Carnegie Center. Now, I like to talk about smells sometimes. A viewer a long time ago said, oh, you should talk about smells, and great idea. This is a big boxwood tree, or bush, or shrub, and I love the smell of that, those things, and they are redolent right now. Love it. Look at this old brick sidewalk, and you can smell the kind of the undergrowth of the trees and the shrubs and the moisture that's trapped here by the trees. Really cool old park. Neat old brick building. Look at this. Is that Gratz Park, I believe? Gratz. We're gonna go down New Street here, tuck back to Broadway. Bark Alley. Do like a good alley. These, looks like an old carriage house or something with the carriage doors or garage doors. Love it. Back on Broadway. think we're gonna duck down 2nd Street here. If we can catch the light. So I should push the button just in case. And we won't go too far down 2nd Street, but I do want to get back into this neighborhood and see some more of these houses. They really are beautiful down here. This old church. More of these boxwoods. Love it. And a magnolia. Wonderful. Look at this place. And it's a challenge because I want to show you all the stuff. But I also don't want to whip you back and forth because I know some of you are on treadmills or on your ellipticals or rowing or bikes or whatever. Listen to those robins. Oof. These places. Talk about Georgian. Am I right? I can only imagine what it must cost to keep these places up. I guess if you buy them, you go into it knowing that. That thing's like 4.5 stories tall. Pretty amazing. Yeah, so this house here seems to have some stuff going on with that upper porch, but man, what a beautiful upper porch to have. I'm a little afraid the wide angle on this thing is making these things seem smaller, but they really are very large houses. Very grand. They're beautiful. We're gonna make a left and go down Bruce. Look at all these. These magnolia trees are beautiful, and they drop leaves over time, not seasonally, I don't think. Just remember them sort of randomly dropping over time. And they're dry and big, and I kicked a couple and it was pretty loud. Well, I have to say that this is an elementary school, which I wouldn't normally film at, but Saturday in the summer they're not really in session, so we'll just kind of scoot through here and get back to the main roads quick like a bunny. This is a funny little housing development over here, little townhomes, like from the 80s or 90s, 1980s or 90s. I should have gone down another block. Much more interesting over there. Oh well. Let me know y'all's thoughts on these videos and these walks, specifics. If I make an error, please correct me in the YouTube comments. Share your own local knowledge, share your memories, your reminiscences. I love hearing that. I love interacting with you guys in the comment section. It's a big part of the fun of doing this channel. You've got some protective pooches here. Yes. Hi there. Hey. Then we've got Short Street. Back to some older buildings. Nice and green over there. Kind of like to cut over. I don't know if I can do it. There might be a giant wall over here, but I'm going to give it a shot. First Baptist Church on the left. I think we're going to be able to use those stairs. I think I'm going to go down over here. Let's go down on this little lawn area. Looks like I can get down. Little hop. Hold on, guys. There we go. So this is Rupp Arena over here on the right. I believe that's where the UK basketball team plays. Across Felix Street. I'm really impressed by downtown Lexington, not just by the old buildings and the new buildings and the parks, but just how inviting it is. Definitely some homeless folks wandering around, but I haven't felt unsafe at any time. People have been very friendly so far, and with the exception of a lot of music pumped out into the public space that I don't really, makes my job a little more challenging. It's really a pretty cool city, a little downtown area. I'd like to learn more about it. I'm here visiting a friend, and I'll be querying him tonight over dinner. See if we can get across here and avoid the music. You never quite know what the algorithm is going to pick up and what sounds are going to drown out and complicate the waveform to make stuff happen. I'm hoping I can go across and avoid the music. I think I can get across here. All right. So Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. That's what it's called. We won't get to see the fountains from this side, but we will avoid the music. There's a Hilton hotel, the Hyatt. So definitely lots of places to stay down here right next to the arena, right next to the restaurants and the shops and all the other stuff. And there, we drove past this and I noticed that this awesome staircase. It's just, could have been pure cement, but they added a little bit of a design feature, and it's awesome. I think the only way to improve it would be to have water coming down those big steps that look almost like seating. But we can't have everything, right? All right, guys, I think at 48 minutes, it's a nice long one, and we're gonna call it. I wanna thank you for joining me here in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm gonna be hoping to do a couple more walks in Cincinnati, and maybe if I can squeeze it in, one more, finish up in Nashville. I'll also be doing over the next couple weeks, I'm hoping to do some more Montana walks. Summertime walks in Montana are always enjoyable. So stick around or check out citywalksvirtualtours.com. You can find these walks, all the walks on the website, and you can search by location and by run time as we get back to Broadway and Vine, about a block from where we started, just that way. Thank you guys. We'll see you again soon. Until then, keep on steppin'.